He's doing exactly what we thought he'd do. He's been here 5 years. He's ready. He's ready to take charge and encourage the guys. And he's a lot like Connor. He does everything the coaches ask, and he's a good student.
Well, you heard it right from the horse's mouth. The head ball coach, Steve Spurrier, indicating that we do not have a quarterback controversy in Gamecock Nation. Corey Miller, as we get into the bulk of spring practice here after he stayed inside to avoid the cold for the first week or so. We've heard this before, though.
Yeah, it's we've heard this same old song and
Same old, yeah.
from the old ball coach. No quarterback controversy. He want to make sure, Brian, that we don't stir it up. But this is what we do. We stir it up. And I think, and I understand why he's saying what he's saying, because you got a backup quarterback that has really some big starts on the road at Clemson, Missouri. He kept at home, bowl games. So he has experienced some big-time football. And I can see why he's saying that. But knowing Steve Spurrier, I'm sorry, folks. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe he's going to go into not the spring there won't be, but in the fall there will be some controversy.
Well, Dylan Thompson, of course, like you said, he's got a good track record.
Yes.
He's got more than 1,800 yards passing in his career, 14 touchdown passes, 5 picks, a couple rushing touchdowns as well. He's a capable player and leadership qualities to boot as well, which are the intangibles you can't teach.
Well, I mean, the guy. I mean, look, he was an Iron Gamecock, So he's getting it done in the weight room. He's leading in the locker room. He's doing it every which way. But I look at something pretty critical for me. I look at 2 years ago. His numbers were really, really good when he came in, backing up Connor Shaw. And then last year, he seemed to fall off a little bit. And then I go back to Clemson, was good, won that ball game. Then at Missouri, fell off a little bit, where he's replaced by Connor Shaw. And listen, I'm not saying, Dylan Thompson is not capable, but I'm saying I felt like he dropped off a little bit from a couple of years ago when he had to play. So we'll see. Maybe, as an athlete, Brian, when you know that it's your car to drive, you can drive it a little bit more easier, not worrying about we're going to go back and forth with Connor Shaw. This is his team, and Spurrier said, here's your keys, drive this Ferrari. I'm interested to see how he's going to take care of that Ferrari.
Yeah, now that he's got the vehicle and the keys to drive it, does the path this vehicle, or the offense in this case, take, does it change a little bit? He doesn't have the same mobility that Shaw has. Doesn't mean he's not a bad athlete at all. He's a pretty good athlete, in fact. He can move, he can run if he has to, but not the same way Shaw does.
And G.A. Mayer said that. He said, don't be shocked that Dylan can run, but he's not no Connor Shaw. Now, let's not mistake that. He can move around, he can extend plays and buy time, and he can run that little boot and get you 5, 6, 7 yards. But here's the bottom line with me. You got to change his offense. Everybody says he's a better passer than Connor Shaw. I disagree with that. But, he's not going to make defensive coordinators, Brian, change what they do. That's the thing. People had to change what they do for Connor Shaw because he would hurt you. He would hurt you on third and longs. Look how many times those big games he got those critical first downs with his legs. I don't see Dylan Thompson doing that. So it's going to be more of a pass-oriented offense now, more so than it was with Connor Shaw.
Well, some things to watch then as we go through the spring and, of course, into fall. And the two names to keep in the back of your mind, Nosovich, Connor Mitch. A different Connor Mitch. So unproven commodities at this point.
Mitch got a big arm now. I mean, this guy.
But unproven at this point.
Spurrier said he can throw it around. He threw it around nice. But Brendan Nosovich gives them the Connor Shaw effect.
Yeah, he can run.
He can run and move around. So if you want to stick with that offense, look for Nosovich, Nosy as Spurrier calls him, to be that guy. But if it's going to be more pass-happy, spread you out, it's going to be Connor Mitch. And I'm telling you, it's going to be some competition.
Well,
Mark it down.
It's a long time till August, so a lot of things could happen between now and then. So backup quarterback's always the most popular guy. Always the most popular guy. Especially around here and when you're coached by Steve Spurrier. Well, that's going to do it, folks. Thank you, Corey, as always. We'll be right back.